Hi everyone, my name is Michael and I'm Head of Marketing here at Spyrosoft AdTech. And in today's video, I'm going to introduce you to our AI Media Planner. I'll explain what it is, highlight the problems it helps solve, explain how it differs from out-of-the-box tools, and answer some frequently asked questions. But before I do that, I want to spend a few moments providing some context by talking about the promise of programmatic advertising. So when programmatic advertising emerged in the late 1990s and early 2000s, it promised to automate the buying, selling, and measurement of digital media using software and data. But despite all the automation that's arisen in the digital advertising industry over the past 3 decades, and there has been a lot of automation, we've seen the introduction of various ad tech platforms like ad servers, DSPs and SSPs and data platforms, as well as processes like real-time bidding. There are many aspects of programmatic advertising that are still manual and time-consuming. One key area of programmatic advertising that still relies heavily on manual processes is media planning. The process of planning, creating, and configuring ad campaigns contains several problems. Firstly, media plans are largely created by manually copying and pasting information stored in spreadsheets into ad platforms and manually selecting audiences, budgets, and channels. Secondly, campaign details are often sent via email with additional information buried in long email threads. Now, this is something that a lot of advertising agencies tell us. They often mention that they receive a constant flow of info about campaigns via email, which obviously, makes the whole process really hard to manage. Historical campaign data is also often fragmented across multiple advertising platforms, right? So if you use Google Ads and various programmatic advertising platforms like DSPs, then the campaign data is often siloed and not combined together, which really makes it impossible to extract any kind of insights or recommendations from. Advertisers and ad ops teams often reuse the same campaign details across multiple channels, right? So across display, CTV, etc. And they often divide the budget evenly across those channels as well, instead of using historical data and insights to inform decisions like budget allocation. And lastly, on the technology front, existing tools don't take into consideration unique and custom workflows. While most of them offer a range of features, there's really little room to tailor the software to your own processes and workflows. Now, to help solve these problems, we've built our AI Media Planner. So what is our AI Media Planner? Well, it's an agentic AI platform that is customizable and extensible. So it's not a rigid out-of-the-box tool. It is designed to be the starting point for a custom solution. So the goal is to tailor the technology around your business and workflows, not the other way around. It contains several components that can either be used together or individually. Now, I just want to emphasize the first 2 points quickly. So as I just mentioned, the AI Media Planner isn't a ready-to-use tool that you can start using tomorrow or next week. It's designed to be fully customizable so that you can shape it and mold it to fit your business needs and requirements. So our AI Media Planner aims to address the 3 core parts of the media planning process. Now, this process might look different to yours. We've just combined a few of the stages together to make it more concise, but the overall flow is essentially the same. So the 3 areas it focuses on are brief and strategy, media planning, and campaign setup and trafficking. However, because it's an extensible platform, it can also incorporate other parts, including creative and assets, reporting and measurement, and real-time optimization. Another key part of our AI Media Planner is the connection with the data layer, which, as we all know, data plays a key role in not only programmatic advertising, but also in AI. So the data layer consists of 3 main stages: data collection and storage, analysis, and activation. The role of the data layer is to constantly collect data from various sources, right? So for example, your first party data, campaign data, etc. Analyze it and then use it to inform each stage of the media planning process. So the data can be used to create the media plan, provide insights into audiences, and also optimize campaigns in real time. So how does our AI Media Planner solve the challenges I mentioned before? Well, firstly, it transforms briefs into ready-to-use media plans. So no more having to copy and paste information from spreadsheets to create media plans. The AI Media Planner does that all for you. it distributes media plans across multiple ad platforms and channels. So that depending on the channel and the platforms that you use, the AI media planner will actually create the campaigns in those platforms for you, right? So you won't have to enter in the details contained in the media plan in those ad platforms yourself. The AI media planner will do that automatically. It also creates audiences and suggests budgets based on historical campaign data and your campaign's goals. So again, this is where the role of the data layer comes in. So it will analyze the goals and the historical data and make recommendations based on that. It also provides natural language prompts and a conversational interface for creating media plans. So you can essentially, upload a PDF of a media plan and then type in some additional information about the campaigns, and the AI media planner will create a media plan for you based on that information. And lastly, it can also actively monitor campaigns and channels for trends and anomalies, such as a rapid increase or decrease in performance and ad spend. All right, so a few key benefits of our AI media planner. So firstly, it reduces the time it takes to create a media plan, and we noticed that it reduced it significantly from hours to minutes. It also creates, configures, and launches more ad campaigns without having to increase headcount. It also identifies better audience segments and the channel mix to improve campaign performance. It turns the often chaotic and manual process of creating a media plan into an automated and streamlined process. It provides campaign plans specifically tailored to each digital channel, right? So again, display, CTV, whatever other channels you use. And it also frees up your ad ops and media buyers' time, allowing them to focus on more value-adding activities for your clients. Now, this last point is quite important because we don't see the AI media planner as a tool to replace people. In fact, we see it as a tool to help make them more productive and efficient. All right, now for some results. So we tested the AI media planner on our own ad campaigns that our marketing team runs, and we found that it reduced the media planning time by 60%. Which enabled us to create campaigns in minutes rather than hours, as I just mentioned. It also increased team productivity by 15% by automating repetitive and manual tasks. And we're also able to identify higher performing audiences and channels, which improved reach efficiency and return on investment fivefold. And lastly, it also enabled the marketing team to plan and launch 3 times more campaigns without having to add more people to the team. Now, there are 2 main ways you can use our AI Media Planner solution. The first one is to integrate the AI Media Planner's various components directly into your proprietary technology, right? So if you have your own ad server, DSP, you can add different components of the AI Media Planner directly into your existing proprietary software. And the second option, which is the most popular one that we've seen, is you can build your own completely custom solution using the AI Media Planner's components as the foundation. Okay, now I'll go through some frequently asked questions that we get when we speak to our clients and other companies about our AI Media Planner. So the first question is, why should companies build their own AI Media Planner when they can use an existing solution? So this is a question we get not only about the AI Media Planner, but about the other solutions that we build as well. So while there are a number of off-the-shelf AI-powered media planning tools on the market, they're all ultimately designed for the end user, right? Which in this case are brands and advertisers. If you're an ad tech company or an advertising agency that creates and runs media plans on behalf of your clients, then building your own custom solution makes a lot of sense because you'll be able to customize it around your business processes and workflows. Also, building a custom solution allows you to better integrate it with your existing systems, right? So ad platforms, CDP, CRMs, and reporting tools. You can also leverage your proprietary data, right? So the AI models can make recommendations based on the historical campaign performance using your first-party data. From that, it can produce audience insights, and you can also incorporate your internal business knowledge into the process as well. It also prevents your valuable first-party data from ever leaving your company, right? So if you build a custom solution and you incorporate your first-party data into that solution, that data stays within your 4 walls. And particularly in the era of AI, where there's a lot of publicly trained large language models, this aspect is increasingly important for particularly ad tech companies and advertising agencies. Thirdly, it allows you to retain control over your intellectual property. So you'll have control over the features and product roadmap rather than relying on a vendor's own priorities. And lastly, you can scale and evolve the solution over time, right? So you can add in new capabilities, channels, models, and integrations as your business changes and grows. So this also allows you to offer a competitive advantage as you'll essentially be building something that isn't offered by other companies. Next question, do you have a working version of the AI Media Planner? So yes, we've built various versions of the AI Media Planner for our clients, and we've also built a solution that we use internally. So each implementation of the AI Media Planner is different because each business is different, right? Each business has its own workflows and processes, so the end result is different for every business. And this is why we've built it as well, so that it is customizable and extensible, so that it can be tailored to your own business needs and requirements. Third question, who owns the software, the code and IP of the AI Media Planner? So you do. So whatever we build, you own. There are no ongoing licensing fees. We basically build it for you and then you own and control it. We can also maintain the solution for you, or you can hand it over to your internal development teams if you have one. All right, so that brings us to the end. If you'd like to learn more about our AI Media Planner and see a live demo of the solution, then get in contact with our team via our website or email. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.